Thank you, Innova Electronics, for sending me over the Innova 5610. Alright, let's start this. I guess we're talking about the Innova 5610. Is it worth it? Alright, so my past videos have been about the Innova 5610. But should you buy it? Is it worth it? Well, let's find out, right? So, who is this for? I feel like this is perfect for really anybody, to be honest. Because if you're an advanced mechanic, it makes your life easier diagnosing, right? It could do a lot of stuff that the high level, different scanners could do, but it's way more inexpensive. The quality is way more better at the same time, because a lot of these other scanners, they use a rubber piece, right? And that rubber piece is to connect to the car. Now, if you leave that one, any other scanner that has a rubber piece instead of this this plastic, right? It'll end up disforming, and it'll give you a slightly hard time putting it into the OBD2 port, where it's kind of more difficult to start your scanning process. It's a slight nuisance, but it's a nuisance in any sense. With that one, it's never going to deform. The only way that is going to happen is if you drop it, you break that specific part. But even if you break this specific part, the beauty is, right, that even if you break it, guess what? It's still going to connect to the car. You could pretty much break this whole piece off and it'll still connect to the car, right? And it'll still be way more solid and easier to do that, right? So let me just give you the simple answer. Yes, you should buy the Innova 5610, because not only do you get access to, of course, a super great quality scanner that does bi-directional communication, which just means it communicates to the car. It could put the wipers on, and it has back and forth communication instead of just a regular old scanner, which those are really like $40. And it's this one is a little bit more of a premium at $350, but mind you, the quality of what it does is double that. Pretty much double that is what you'll find that has the same quality, the same abilities, I should say. Now, the thing with this scanner as well is that it comes with the app. So when you pair it up with the app, and I'm sure this app works with all of their different scan tools, right? So maybe you're not ready for the top of the line one. So if you get a lesser one, you could still use the app with that. And the app is connecting two minds together, and they become one. And now your scanning is much more faster. It tells you things that you need to know. You need to know what part you're going to use. You need to know okay, how can I fix this, which is based off the part, right? It's going to tell you, this is the part I need, this is what will probably fix it. But now you get to go and confirm, right? As soon as it pops out everything, you're like, okay, this is the part I have to buy. This is probably the piece that I have to test first to make sure that is this working, is it not working, and then go from there. It also tells you the severity of the problem. Now, that in itself is a major vital thing, because now you're is this serious? These are the questions that you always have, right? And sometimes mechanics they have a bad rep, because a lot of some mechanics ruin the rep for all mechanics, right? And now having this by your side, you could really tell if somebody's messing around with you or not, right? You could literally scan it. They'll let's say it's your light bulb is out, right? Yeah, you need a light bulb. It's important for you to see. You could get a ticket, right? But will it mess up how your car is running? No, right? But they could convince you somehow, some way, yeah, you need this, and because of that, you need this, and that, and you don't need any of that stuff. You just need the bulb. So you connect this, it tells you the severity of whatever your issue is, and now you know that 2 is like, yeah, you should most definitely fix it. 3 is like, you have to fix it right now. 1 is like, you could slack off. Ideally, you should fix it, but it's not gonna harm anything, right? So you know that. Pairing the 2 up, the phone and the scanner, it just gives you the ease of diagnosis, because the hardest part with cars is diagnosing the stuff. And before, what I would have to do, pull the code, right? Simply, use Google, because most of the issues that you have are pretty much not issues that you're facing for the first time. Somebody else has faced this problem. So you go to Google, you see, okay, what should I be checking for? Like, what are all the different systems for this specific vehicle that I should be checking? So you grab that list, and then you go ahead and you go through the process. This one, it tells you what it potentially can be, and now you know what to test to make sure it is. So it's like, it's really quick. Within 5 minutes, pretty much you know what to diagnose and how to go about it. And then if it does confirm that issue, you already have a price of what that issue costs. Then the cool part is, if you're not like mechanically inclined, it will literally be like, okay, here are the shops around to fix this issue for you. And then every single shop that's in your vicinity, in your area, all the different places that are in the area. So honestly, truthfully, this is something that is gonna probably stay in my toolbox. And this is like pretty compact, pretty light, where it's like, this could go anywhere that I need to go, and it doesn't really take up that much space. And then of course, you always have your phone on you, so regardless of the matter, you don't need to like consciously think, oh, I need to make sure I have the app with me, because the app is on your phone. So it's a good tool to have. This is like pretty much the just in case type of thing, where it's like, just in case, let me bring the scanner with me, if it's not already in your car that you constantly drive. If you have multiple cars, then you'll have to switch the scanner with the car. But it's like, this is something that you could help pretty much anyone, your neighbors, you could help pretty much anybody have a solid understanding of what's going on, so they don't get jerked around by a mechanic, because you don't have to be mechanically inclined to be able to plug this up. And if you do not know where yours is, all you have to do is go online, OBD2 connector, Honda Odyssey, or BMW i55. Like, it doesn't matter what car it is, you'll be able to figure out with a Google search. And then you plug this in, you have the app already, so you pair the 2 together. The pairing, it could be tricky sometimes, but you just gotta reset everything, and then you're good to go. It'll eventually pair. But this thing does a lot more than what you would expect it to be honest. And yeah, that's pretty much my thoughts on the Innova. I'm gonna keep this close. This is probably the first scanner that I'm gonna plug into a car, and then if I need to, I'll get my big boy scanner and scan it after that. But for the most part, this is probably gonna be doing what I needed to do on 95% of the vehicles. So if you haven't already, you probably should go get this Innova 5610, because it'll definitely be a valuable tool in your toolbox.